Good morning, everyone. I'm Shadows Pub, and welcome to Pimp Your Post Thursday, taking place in the Steam at Ramble and being broadcast live on the SteamStar network. For those who are new to the show, you'll see a message I'm going to drop into the channel with instructions for an emoji you use to enter the queue. When I see the emoji, I will add you to the queue list and put another emoji by yours. If you want to see where you are in the queue, visit SteamStar.net. Be sure to mute the sound there if you're listening here. When your turn is called, you will drop your link in the text chat and come on to voice to tell us about your post. If you're unable to use voice, then you must have text ready to copy paste into the text channel when you drop your link. And we're ready to get underway. And our first individual this morning is Die-Bitch. She didn't waste any time getting hers in the queue. Okay, and Die-Bitch is presenting by text. She says, I've posted a competition for designing a logo and banner for Comedy Open Mic. Comedy Open Mic is a community dedicated to finding funny content manually and making sure that a good sense of humor earns you upvotes as well as props from the Steam community. Hope to get the word out to all talented artists to participate and get rewarded. First prize is $25, but we have a bunch of consolation prizes as well. All right. So the comedians in the group, you now have a place to go and try to make some money off it. Thank you, Die-Bitch. And next up is Yidneth.
Hello everyone, I'm going to drop the post.
Okay.
So this is one original song of mine, but the post more than about the song is about the video clip that we made that combines my illustrations and drawings. In fact, it was really quite a challenge to become one of my illustrations. And it is very special because of many things. Not only because it's the intro song of my second album and it remains to be an important one for me, but because it tells about the making of the video and the way we integrated my own drawings into the video clip. It also features some outdoors locations in my native island, which is La Palma in the Canary Islands. I don't live there anymore, but I grew up there until I was 17, and we went there to film some landscapes. But then I altered with matte painting to make them look a little bit otherworldly, and I included some creatures that I drew myself, and we animated with a traditional 2D animation as well. I think the bloopers, the making of includes some funny bloopers, including making special effects of smoke with hot potatoes, and I'm not joking. So if you want to, the song is serious and all, and I really hope you like it. But if you want to have some laughters, I recommend to check the making of, because the resources were really, really humble. And I think the result was rather elegant, and it's one of the video clips that I'm still proud. We're doing many more, and we have done many more things, and we're filming several more. We dream about getting a drone soon for more aerial shots, because I happen to live by really outstanding scenery. But I don't know, I hope you like it. I think the post looks quite well.
God, those graphics are incredible. You're really good.
Thank you very much. And that's true, Crazy V. You can actually see the elusive Mr. Headache if you watch the making of. Just like, yes, he does exist, and he has a face, and it's a rather handsome one, I think. So if you're curious enough, he's there.
That's in your video?
No, the video itself was made in 2012, but we hadn't shared like the making of before. It was sort of hidden somewhere. And I had never really compiled how we had made the video clip and to share the illustrations and some of the matte paintings and artworks that we had done along with it.
Very cool. You do some great work, Yidneth. All-round talent.
Thank you.
Ancap says, I hope I'm not next because I'm pimping a post of me singing. Oh, so Yidneth is a hard act to follow, right?
Well, she's got real talent. I'm just a hack.
Ah, okay. Well, you're fortunate. It's Crazy BG Adventure is next.
Hello, everybody. Okay, let me just get my post. All right. I decided to take, for some reason it hasn't come up with a picture. Oh, never mind. Okay, it looks like Discord's having one of them days.
Does
So
look
you'll
like
have to
it.
click on the post, guys. The other day we took a little bit of time out, which isn't something we get to do a lot. And we had to take over some floor tiles to a friend's that were being delivered there. And we decided that we should go and visit a monastery which is quite close to us. And it's called the Isfal Monastery. And Yidneth actually came into my mind while I was there, because this monastery isn't all that big. I kind of wrote about it, and it's a very beautiful, very tranquil place. And because it's springtime, it's not summer yet, so there's no tourists around. So it was only actually us around in this monastery, and it's the monastery and the place where the monks live. You can actually stay there if you wanted to as well. They do have accommodation. And right at the far side of the monastery, you go through this gate, and literally it's like this pathway, and there's these huge tall trees on either side, kind of, so it makes like a natural pathway. And straight away I'm walking through, and I have like Yidneth come into my head. I didn't mention it in the post, but I actually did, because it was just the kind of surroundings that you see Yidneth in their videos in the forest. And it was such a lovely place. And I kind of wanted to display, because a lot of people think that Bulgaria, with it being on the Eastern Bloc, it's like a concrete jungle, because Bulgaria does use a lot of concrete, because it was a cheap material during communist times. But there really is some beautiful places, and I wanted just to kind of share with you guys and just show you like one of the kinds of places that it was like.
Yidneth thinks she broke Steemit again. Whoops. Hello, Trip
No,
to Spider.
Yidneth, apparently the Steemit API was down earlier this morning, so it kind of broke Steemit. I can get in though; it seems to work now.
It is slow loading, but it seemed to be able to get in. And Battleaxe with us. And Snook, you're up. There we go. Sarge is in the role now.
Oh,
That's okay. You're up.
okay. Anyway, it's the band karaoke, the reminder for that. And anyway, we actually got a Curie vote, and we got a vote from the goat, whatever, Hendrix vote. And so the prize is up to $14, and that'll be divided 3 ways. So if you were thinking about getting into it, this would be the week to do it. And you have until Wednesday to get your video in. And you don't have to be on camera. You just have to be, it just has to be your voice and a video.
So you can hide your face, but you can't hide your voice.
Exactly.
There
and
you
you
go.
can't hide who you are. I mean, it has to be posted by you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You only need
So-
top face. Oh, okay. All right. So how many entries have you had?
Right now we have 3.
3 entries.
Yes.
You guys have got to improve the field here a little bit.
Yeah. And the 3 we have are really good. One is from Coffee, and he does his while he's in his car, and which is hilarious to see. And one is in the now, and his is also always very funny. And we had a new one this morning from Frisbee that some girl's going to pimp that post because it's hilarious. So it just the sky's the limit of what you can do when, so.
All right. So you just need to get behind the mic, folks, and give them some bad karaoke. I could do that without singing. That's not a problem.
Yeah. I mean, it doesn't have to be, it
Yes,
really.
we now know that you can do rap without actually singing it because, Snook did beautiful commentary on her rap.
Yes. Yes, if you want to see really bad karaoke, you could watch that video too.
Oh, it was great. It was some of the best rap I'd ever seen.
I don't think I've ever gotten that mad at a song ever in my life.
It was hilarious watching. It was definitely worth watching. Battle Axe, if you're not using voice, then if you have the text ready, I'll read it when it comes up. Okay. Thank you, Snook. And
You're welcome, thank you.
That Sweeney guy. You're next. There we go.
How's everybody
Sergeant
doing
guy.
today?
Not bad.
I finally got around to writing I guess what I'd call a white paper for the makerspace that I'm opening. This is anything and everything you could want to know about how we're going to run our business and the token sale that we are running to fundraise for it.
Whoops. I didn't mean to drop that in there. Sorry, Sweeney. You still with us?
Sure am.
Okay. Carry on.
So for anybody that doesn't know, the Steam House is going to be a real world business that centers around creativity and onboarding new members to the Steam blockchain. A makerspace is essentially a public collaborative workshop. We will have things like 3D printers, laser cutters, CNC machines. We're going to have a sound studio. Anything that you could want to make or create, you will be able to do within our space. People will pay a monthly fee like they would a gym membership. They can come in, they've got access to all of our tools and machines. We will have a supply shop and people can buy materials for projects. We will run workshops and classes teaching kids and adults STEM-related education, science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. And we will also be doing a lot of community projects within our local community. The token sale that we are running to fundraise the space at the moment, these tokens are going to be utilized within the space for a lot of our members, but anyone that holds these tokens digitally will be able to use them to enter raffles or contests for the Steam House, or eventually you will be able to purchase some of the art or the gadgets or some of the creations that we make within the makerspace.
So you got a lot of great plans, eh?
I've been working on this for close to 3 months now. We've already raised roughly 2,000 Steam from 40 different people that we affectionately refer to as our dream team, and that money has gone to good use in local marketing as well as setting up the asset that we're now using to fundraise the space and that will be utilized inside. And a lot of that money is going to go toward a lot of the tools and machines that we're going to need to start up with. We're going to start with probably 2 or 3 3D printers at the minimum, and as many little tools and electric grinders and things like that we can afford and get in there. We want to give people the most options that we can when it comes to creating something.
All they got to do is bring their creativity, and there's the tools.
That's right. And we're gonna be onboarding everyone within our physical space to Steam it and show them how easy it can be to turn their hobbies and their creativity into a little extra money in their pocket.
Sounds like you got some great plans.
We are working really, really, really hard day and night.
I would say so. Good for you. Well done.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, there, Sweeney. And Adadomian and Wealth, you're up. And do I see her yet? I don't see her typing yet. Adadomian and Wealth, are you there? There she is. All right. She's doing this by text. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
Oh, you are going to speak. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, hi Shadows Pops, how you doing?
All right.
Okay, yes, this particular post is I actually created my first design. So I created a Steamit shirt. I think 15 days ago thereabout, a Steamit blog said we should create a Steamit GER t-shirts with the Steamit logo, just to be creative, something that represents Steamit. So I spent like the whole of last night creating this, just like my own like little contribution, and I believe this, this shirt is good enough to promote Steamit anywhere. So probably if you like my designs, that's actually my first design anyway, but probably if you like my designs, you can just check them out and tell me what you think about them. Thank you.
Very nice. That's a very nice use of the logo. Well done. All right. Thank you, Adadomian. And Artemis. Put the yarn down. It's your turn.
Oh, I forgot. Sorry, I forgot I was pushed to talk. This is actually Shadows Pub's post, and it's a reminder that Saturday at 11 o'clock is the next witness chat. Be there or be square.
Or be square and still be there.
That works too.
Yep. The important thing is be there. John Bit wants to be round.
What time is it at?
It's 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time.
Okay.
Which is your sweet time, is it not?
Yes.
Yes, I did recall hearing Snook say she likes 11 a.m.
I do.
She didn't mention what time zone, but she does like 11 a.m. All right, Bluefin.
Good morning, all. Hope everybody's having a good.
Of course we are.
Bit of a challenge to type and push to talk at the same time, but I gave it a shot.
You did well.
So this post of mine is a bit of a blowing off a little steam on my part, and also yet another photo to answer one of the daily color challenges. So my green color challenge, but it's also a little bearing of my sad day. I'm heading to the family home to clear out all kinds of personal stuff because we're renting out our personal family home, Mom's home, the home I grew up in. Mom, I think as some of you may have heard before, Mom is now in assisted living, and we're helping out a couple nearby and renting out Mom's home for them for 6 months while they build their house. But it's sad leaving my house that I grew up in. So that's what my post is about today.
Yeah, even though you're not giving it up completely, it's still your personal stuff won't be there.
Right, and it's a thing where I've spent every summer there. That's where I tend to go for the summers. I hang out there and do my birding and getting away for the summer. It's where my daughters go and do their summer jobs. And so it's a bit of a challenge for us and a very different summer coming up for all of us.
So where are you going to be hanging out?
Back here in the ugly city. Actually, my wife and I are talking now about just getting away and just driving all over and doing a bunch of little 2-day vacations.
Yeah, that's kind of an upside of not being tied down to looking after a place. It does give you a little freedom.
There is that. We're probably gonna tour New England, go up to Nova Scotia, Prince Edward Isle, zip around there, and not hopping on a plane anywhere. More or less, just to get in the car, go somewhere, stay overnight, maybe do a couple of nights, or tag a trip on trip. You know, one night here, one night there, and then head back to the real world and work.
Oh, that dirty word, work.
Yes, that does rear its ugly head every once in a blue moon, doesn't it?
So you're not heading to Quebec to practice your French?
I butcher them in bad story about French, but I took French in high school because, you know, there's a lot of Quebecois. How do you say it? Quebecies?
That's right, Quebecois.
Quebecois who come visit Cape Cod during the summer, so I thought I would learn French in high school so that I could impress the young ladies that came to visit us. Turns out they don't speak French that I speak. Actually, I didn't speak it that well anyway, but it was sort of a pointless exercise in learning a language that they didn't speak.
Yeah, you were probably taught Parisian, which is what we were as well. So
exactly.
They made the same mistake up here too.
Which is really funny, given that, you know, a few hours east of you guys, they're speaking a different. You'd think that they would learn the Quebecois.
I think they're doing it now.
French Canadian. Okay.
I think they are now, but 40 years ago it was Parisian French we were taught.
Which makes sense, because you actually have laws in that province that say everything has to be in both English and French.
Yeah,
not yours, in their province.
Actually, we're officially a bilingual country anyways, but in Quebec it's more stringent.
Officially bilingual, English and American, or what two languages?
English and French.
Oh, I got it. I understand.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just watching the chat. It looks as though things have worked out there in the channel. Thank you, Bluefin.
Thank you.
Sevo, you're up.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, just I need to copy paste it real quick.
All right. And it always takes a moment or so to get the link. It's good to know you're back, Samus. And I don't know if anybody else is noticing, but Gina seems to be having a little fit today and isn't doing as much posting to us. Either that or everybody quit writing.
Oh yeah. When she starts, she's gonna.
Oh yeah, here it is. Yeah, I am in a lot of Discord servers, so sorry.
Join the club. There we go.
Yeah, it's a recap of the people who presented their tracks yesterday in the Needle on Your Record show, the music curation show.
How's that going?
It's going pretty well.
Good.
It's going. Yeah, it's nice. Nice to do it.
Getting a good
And
response?
fun. Yeah. It's I had a fail once, but when the music was very crappy. But now it's good, and yeah, we solved it, and yeah, it was the sixth edition already yesterday. So
Nice work. Well done, Savo. Thank you.
yeah, thanks.
All right. And Cap.
Okay, I'm getting my. Whoa, shit! I'm getting my link.
So Bluefin says, not sure if you heard, but API Steam.com has been having trouble all day. If Gina calls anything from there, it may be intermittent. Yeah, it's really intermittent. In the last 3 hours, I've had one notice. Normally, I'd have about 100.
We all miss Gina.
We do. It's like cutting our arm off.
Okay, so oh shit! Hold on. I hate it when I'm holding down my push to talk key and it's typing like 10,000 characters in the text box.
Oh, lucky
So
you.
so pretty like a bunch of people know I was out of town for Passover and so on, and wasn't really around for Steam It. But the second day of Passover, my second brother, we have a house up in Pennsylvania where we grow our pot and do a bunch of stuff, and he had apparently gotten in a big fight with his wife and shot up $1,000 of heroin over a 2-day period because he lacks coping skills. So I drove up there from Baltimore on the second day of Passover to make sure he didn't die. Well, mission accomplished. My brother is now fine, albeit still a moron. But two of my other brothers are in this band, and they do all original music, and it's really cool. It's like guitar harmonies, I guess. It's just two guitarists, and occasionally, like, I'll come and play drums for them, stuff like that. But for the most part, it's just a two-part guitar duo. And we were sitting on the back porch of the house, just kind of shooting the shit, talking about what we were going to do with our brother, and started recording some of the music we were playing. A couple days ago posted that clip I just linked in here, which was just 5 or so, 10 minutes, I guess. And I was singing No Woman, No Cry like really badly because I had been up for 3 days and smoked probably 4 packs of cigarettes and was stressed out as hell about my brother. So if it sounds terrible, it sounds terrible. And I've got about 2.5 hours of their original music recorded that they gave me permission to publish. So I'm gonna either cut out the crap parts or edit it or just post it raw. I don't know. But anyway, there it is.
All right.
Well, you know what that means? That you need to put it in the back karaoke.
So I actually had a... Damn it. Okay, there we go. Now I'm not typing periods in the text box. I was actually wondering about that. I was thinking about tagging it with bad karaoke, but my understanding was it had to be a video. Mine's only audio. Is that okay still?
No, but you can like make a video with audio.
Yeah, make a video track and overlay the audio.
Yeah.
That's true. I could do that.
You could do that.
We had somebody do a slideshow.
Yeah.
You got possibilities, Handicap.
Well, you know, when my brother's like, because he literally shot up $1,000 of heroin over 2 days, and when I got to the house, he was fucking purple. Like, he was snoring, so I knew he wasn't dead, but he was definitely, like, close to it. But, yeah, I mean, I actually shot some video of him, like, nodding off and acting the fool, and I could probably just make a little loop of that.
Well, you've got till Wednesday. Got lots of time. That'll keep her out of mischief. If we don't hear from ANCAP until Wednesday, it's because she's creating video.
There we go.
Yeah. And Vadilac says, oh God, audio on SteamStar Network working fine, good, sorry, and love to ANCAP. All right. Thank you, ANCAP. Unicornia, you're up. And Sarge asked Unicornia if she's making another 3-headed beast. And she's reaching for her link. Yeah, you may have missed a few of the posts there, Katrina, because they, or not Katrina, Carrie, they went to the wrong window. Nothing like glitches. Battle access display, what? Oh Lord, what did I do? Nothing that I know of. Okay, we got 1 sec, and Unicornia says now another sec. We're just waiting on her
Trust
link.
me, I'm a professional.
Okay, Catweasel. Ah, her phone's a bit slow. She's still working on getting that link. Gonna take a moment by the look of it. There we. Oh. Sorry, just got a link to the post so far. How are we doing there, Unicornia? No.
Okay.
What? Hang on. Hang on. I hear somebody down there. Yep, I hear you.
Okay. Hi, hello. It's me again.
Okay.
Let me post link. Okay, this time I made a little silly short comic again. Big surprise. This one is about bots. I had an idea in another community, in one of the Hispanic community, because we have a bot that every time you say hi or hello or good morning, the bot says hi to you, and no matter how many times you do it, he does it all the time. It's really funny. So we come up with this idea that the bots maybe are able to give you a lot of advices, even more advices that they have to give you. So I just made it. It just came out. Humor is like that. No big explanations. Just read it and have fun. Feel related, because everyone here have to deal with bots almost once. At least once.
How many times have we encountered people we'd love to be able to pick up the control button and click off?
Yeah.
Or at least mute.
Yes, mute would be good too. Yeah, Samus, you did. I don't know what happened with my list today. So there's a couple of people I've put on and missed for some reason. We'll just add you back in.
Very much. I'm reading right now. Says, didn't you know I'm a bot? How may I help you? Maybe the bot is helping you too much.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Oh, that one's nicely done. Thank you, Unicornia.
Thank you.
All right. Samus, since we missed you, you're next. And is he there? We can complain to Steam it, wait 5 years for a response. This is true. Yes, Two Flower, you are on time. Whoever else I missed was getting a break. Yes, I did throw a monkey wrench in. Sorry, Sarge. Okay, Samus, are you coming on? Oh, Samus, you got your link in there. We now need to hear from you.
He's not even in voice.
He was there a second ago. If he doesn't return shortly, we're good. Yeah, your link without you in voice is no good. He's got a few seconds to appear on voice, and then we're just going to carry on. Okay. Apparently the interruption in the schedule was unproductive. Katrina, go ahead. All right. And there's a link from Katrina.
Good morning, everybody. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Perfect. So I've been working on this post most of the week. And I basically, part of it is a call to action for anybody who's not voting for witnesses to raise the awareness that we need to vote for witnesses, because without witnesses, there is no Steam blockchain, and the witnesses are the ones steering the ship. But the other part of this is I went through every witness that I vote for and looked them up, did some snooping around, probably not nearly enough, and I know that a lot of my votes will change due to the discussion on Saturday. But it took a lot of time to do the research, so I guess what I'm encouraging is for people to do that. I learned a lot, and it was a worthwhile experiment for sure. And at the bottom of this post, there's also a link. I'll just plug my castle party while I'm on here. There's going to be a castle party on Friday night on the Steam Star Network, starting with Top K-Pop's show, and then that will get everybody prepped for the next morning. Hopefully everybody can still wake up for the witness chat, because that'll be super important.
Well done. Yeah, I read this post this morning. You did a really good job on it. It was quite clear that there was a lot of work in it. Yeah, I see him in voice now, and Cap. I think he just came back. So I've added him back into the queue. Yeah, well done, Katrina. And I'm certainly hoping that everybody's going to be there on Saturday, and that we get a good turnout from the witnesses. All right, and Ethan, you're up next.
Here I am. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Excellent. So I'm going to provide a little bit of comic relief with this post. I know that several of you have probably already read this, but on Sunday afternoon, my wife and I were sitting watching something on Netflix, and I get a Facebook message notification on my phone from someone whom I had not heard from in years. It was actually the father of a girl I dated in high school. And so I was like, goodness, what could this be? So I checked it, and it turned out it was someone who had gained unauthorized access to his account and was attempting to scam me. And so I could have just been like, oh, that's no fun. And I did go contact the guy's daughter and tell him to change his password and things. But I was like, why don't I have a little bit of fun? I don't know if any of you have seen the James Vetch TED Talks where he responds to the scammer. They're quite fun, and I've included them in that post, so be sure to check them out. But I spent the next 6 hours conversing with this person who was trying to scam me, and it resulted in some of the most hilarious material that I think I've ever seen in my life. And it's all real. I can't believe it. Some of it is a bit hard to believe, but it was so funny. I have had so many laughs recounting this to everyone. So I'm just using it as a reminder to have some fun, but also to be safe out there, and don't go buy iTunes gift cards when someone claims they're from a government agency and they need money to send you a prize. So anyway, I'll let you read it. It's pretty funny. Yeah, thanks.
6 hours. Ethan, I got to give you a prize for patience.
Yeah, 6 hours, and then they messaged me the next morning too. So
you're kidding.
No, I'm not, because at the end of our conversation, you'll see that I'm just like toying with them if you read the whole thing. And I left them with a question that they didn't answer, and I guess they went to bed or something. I thought they got fed up and finally were like, no, we're going to give up. But yeah, the next day, I get another message from them. They were going to continue to try. kept trying. And finally, I think they gave up. I frustrated them enough that they stopped messaging me. So.
Good Lord. All right. Thank you, Ethan.
You're very welcome.
Stairway to Heaven. And this is Stairway's first effort. Is Stairway still with us? I think Stairway is going to do text. We'll find out in a moment here. At Adoyan, we're getting robot. All right.
So many people like that. Our civil service system is typically that kind of.
I'm going to have to mute you there. All right. Good morning, evening, and night. The intention for the elaboration of this post was taken by means of my vision before the chaotic scene that is currently living in my country on a social level. I wanted to add mythological aspects to make it more interesting to the reader, and I wanted to find a method that I could put in a certain way that anger through writing. This being relief, I promise that for the next I will expose prettier things. And I learned this morning that Stairway to Heaven is from Venezuela. You know, that country you can read in the Post.
Venezuela?
Yeah, that one too.
Oh, nice.
Thank you. Well done, Stairway. Stairway is new into the ramble and has been trying to participate, so good to see him take part here. All right. Thank you. Carrie Ellen, you're up. Sarge is buying a Stairway to Heaven. I'll give Carrie a moment here. I'm sure she's reaching for her link and switching back to PYPT so that she can not hear on SteamStar. There we go.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yep.
And
Well, not anymore.
Hello, hello?
there you go. We've got you.
Can anyone hear me?
We can hear you.
Yeah, I'm over here in this one. Am I in the wrong thing? Okay, Shadow says you can hear me. Sweet. Okay, hi guys. Hi everybody. Yeah, I forgot to turn off. I needed to switch into Discord first because I've been listening on the SteamStar network, which is like a 20-second lag. Or 15. Actually, your show is not as nearly as behind as a lot of the other ones for some reason. So that's cool.
We keep up.
Okay, so I've dropped my link in there. This debuted on Monday, last Monday, on my show, Mission Control. Mondays here on the SteamStar network. It's actually over in the other little SteamStar thing, but you watch it on the same place, steamstar.net. So I've been introducing a couple of new segments for my show, which is going to become just insane. This one that I dropped here is Space Carries, Adventures in Space. It is the pilot episode. My husband, at Chris Roberts, did this one. I went in and we added in sound effects, and then we got Sir Cork to record some sound bites, and then my husband recorded some fun voices, and then I put it all together, and it's about 9.5 minutes long. It did air inside my 2-hour radio show. It was super hilarious and fun, but inside this, there's a standalone, plus the script is in there so you can look at it. As a side note, the script isn't in script form because it doesn't go into Markdown, and I wasn't going to spend time to make it look like script form in Markdown. But if you want to know how to write in script form, let me know, because we do have it in a document. The reason I say this is because we are also still searching for other collaboration from writers and voice actors. We'll be bringing in new characters for Space Carries Adventures in Space. I'd also be open to having other scripts with new themes or just standalone, less than 10-minute ones. Yeah, it was super fun when we did it on the show. Yeah, so this is just the standalone one. I was pretty stoked. It did get curated last night. Somebody sent me a message, and I was really excited that somebody had noticed it. And then, yeah, so my show runs, I guess I should tell you, it's Mission Control. It runs on Tuesdays, 12 a.m. UTC. So for most people, it's Monday night, late night for that. It's Monday around 6 p.m. for me. And yeah, it's super fun. It's a variety show. I play games. I played like 1 or 2 songs if I need to go to the restroom or something. I talk about stuff. I teach you fun things like facts that you may never need to know. And now I'm trying to add in this old time radio feeling because I really want that to happen. I like the old time radio feeling.
All right. I get the feeling you're having way too much fun being a space cadet there, Carrie. She's not commenting.
Well, I can't hear you guys for some reason. Hold on.
Oh, okay. So Monday is beginning to get to be an active place on the Steam Star Network. On this coming Monday, Artemis North is going to start broadcasting her Creatives coffee hour, which will move from 3 p.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. And then Crazy BG Adventure will follow with, and I've forgotten the name of the show, Crazy BG, you tell us. Crazy BG's going, what did you say? Anyways, it's a show about Steemit and how to do well on the Steemit platform.
I think it's just called Crazy About Steam.
I think you're right, Ethan. Crazy About Steam.
That's exactly what it's called.
Yeah, and then at 4 p.m., Rhonda Kay comes on with her show, which I give her a hand co-hosting on, and it's about the writer's block. So it's a busy Mondays now, so listen in to Steam Star Net on a regular basis. Thank you, Carrie Allen. And who have we got next? We've got Sim Girl. And she's right on the bit and waiting.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
The post I have today is from Brisbee. If everyone doesn't know Brisbee, she is on the Steemit, and she does a lot of free writes with us, and she has attempted to do the bad karaoke, which turned out awesome. She just put it in this morning. It's Beastie Boys Girls, but it's
It's what?
It's a parody, like it's squirrels. If you don't know Brisbee, she likes squirrels a lot. So she has a song. It's a parody of the Beastie Boys Girls, but it's called Squirrels, and it's hilarious. And so everybody got to go watch it. And if you have an idea of anything that you want to do, she'll definitely give you some inspiration to think of something.
Inspiration is always a great thing. Very cool. That looks like it's going to be a good one to listen to. When you see stuffed toys, it's bound to be good. I don't know, Sarge. Can you get a witness?
We would love to have some witnesses do some bad karaoke. So
well, that would
if there's
be
any
cool.
in the room, get in there. That help your votes. Say vote for me. Yeah.
That's one of those. This is one of those rare occasions. There's not actually a witness in the room. Usually Engine is here, or Cork. Very cool. All right.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you, Sim Girl. Positivity 420, you're up.
Hello.
Hello.
This is an entry for a contest, Kill the Pet. This week's topic was honesty, and this is my take. It's kind of an experience to read, so I'm not sure if I should rap it or I don't know. I don't know how to present it to you.
So, what pad are you killing?
Like a notebook pad, in that sense. It's just lyrics from original lyrics on honesty.
So this is a rap initiative?
Excuse me?
This is rap?
Yeah.
And it's got the lyrics there as well.
I mean, there's no video. This is just strict lyrics, only the notebook.
So this is you singing then, Positivity. You singing on this this track on the D sound.
No. I could rap it now live, but it was exclusive for lyrics only. That is the challenge.
Oh, I see. I don't know that you'd want to wrap it live now. You want to keep them coming for more, buddy. Make them go over there and look at it.
I have some videos on my blog, but I don't want to stick more links in the voice chat text.
Well,
Yes, Snook says it's a contest to write lyrics in rap form. So the lyrics are there. So think of a rapper when you're reading those lyrics so that you get the tune to it or the concept. All right. Thank you, Positivity.
Thank you.
Trip to Spider.
Hello, Shadows.
How are you?
Hello, everyone. I'm doing great. I'm actually chilling in my garden and drinking beer, and I have just published the post reviewing that beer 2 minutes ago. So I might as well go with that post.
All right.
So
you were in your garden drinking beer and writing this post. You are very creative.
Thank you. And so if anyone has any additional questions about the beer, it is still in my hands, so that's why I'm actually promoting that post.
what kind of beer is it? I'm on the wagon. All I can do is listen about drink.
Here it is. It is a Abbey triple. It is actually the first triple from this region. It is a collaboration beer between Croatian and Slovenian brewery, and I have not heard of any other Croatian or Slovenian triples crafted before.
Are you in Slovenia?
I'm in Croatia.
Oh, in Croatia. The reason I ask is because I do some work with my brother-in-law sometimes. He does museum cabinets and stuff, and I met these wonderful guys that do installs, and they live in Slovenia. They make cabinets for museums. So I was just curious.
I mean, it is pretty close. The Slovenian border is around 30 or 40 kilometers from the capital of Croatia, and I live in the capital.
Yeah, over there by Italy. They's over there by them Italianos.
Yeah, so basically, I really love this beer. I usually love triples. I love strong malty beers, and this one is both strong and malty. It is interesting because they use both wheat and barley in the beer, and actually you can feel a gentle presence of both of those while you are drinking it. It has 8.9% of alcohol. And what to say, it is wonderful with golden color and honey-like aroma. And I got it at the new opened place, which opened close by to my home. It is the first Croatian beer to go, where you can order a beer, they deliver it to your home, and you can even order a draft beer, which they package in the cans at the place and deliver it to your home.
So you're really happy with this beer?
Yeah, I mean, I have had better triples than this one, but it's pretty decent beer, and considering the cost, it is really great. I mean, it costs $2, and it tastes like it costs $4.
Ah, okay. Sorry, I had somebody in DM that needed an answer.
It's fine, it's fine.
Thank you, Trip to Spider.
Thank you, Shadows.
Hey, Crimson, good to be here. Good to see you. And yes, we now have a witness in the house. So there you go, Sarge. We have a witness. And Damien, you're up.
Hey, Shadows.
How you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. Just pretty glad that this microphone is working on this horrible old machine. Just quickly, if I have to run, I'm kind of half expecting a delivery to stand up at the door, so I might be cut short. But to avoid that, I'll drop my link.
Okay.
And it came up. So this is the latest in the poetry editing series. We're just over halfway now. This is episode 6, and it's about the central feature of poetry and how to edit in all consideration of the lines. So it talks about end words, especially. There's the main section is on end words. It's one of the things that I notice a lot of poets doing is not really taking consideration to the fact that the weight of a line is placed right at the end, which is why rhymes are placed there mostly. And so to end a line of a poem with a word like or and or the or in or of or something very weak really takes away from it, and it makes the poem feel like it's collapsing. So that's the first thing that I cover. I also cover about the various lines, the lengths of lines. So what you get from a very short line poem, and what you get from a poem with very long lines, and the differences and how they make the reader feel. So this is one of the really essential points in learning how to edit and write poetry, and the information is all there. The next one coming up is going to be on conservation of language and how to make your poetry as tight as possible. But go ahead and have a read. If you've got any questions, please ask. If you're really into doing poetry, come along to the Writer's Block. We're just starting off something called the Poetry Academy, and it's going to be ongoing workshops, lessons, and really we're going to cover everything from all the various forms, all the techniques, rhyming, para-rhyming, you name it. Over the coming months and years, we're going to be covering it all. So definitely worth popping along if you're interested in being a poet and developing your skill. Thanks, Shadows.
Thank you, Damien. And whoops, that was the wrong link. I was trying to put the link to the Writer's Block in. Damien, while we've got you, would you like to give us a start date on your show on SteamStar Network?
I wondered if you'd ask. Hold on, let me just quickly drop some.
Okay.
Or a couple of things if they go.
And we'll just give Damien a moment there to grab that.
Okay, so yes, starting not next Wednesday, but the Wednesday after. A new show featuring, yes, a SteamStar show, indeed. I am ANCAP. And it's not just me, it's Darren Cray and Pengo, probably better known as Qual. And it's the idea behind our show is three guys having a laugh, basically. And we're going to talk a bit about people's work on Steam, but we're going to be sort of more focused on creative stuff. So if you'd like to come on and be interviewed, or if you'd like us to talk about one of your pieces, just let us know. We're going to be doing interviews, and we're going to be looking in depth at people's posts, be it either music, poetry, or prose. And yeah, that's basically it. And there's a few other funny things we've got going on. There's going to be a song challenge each week where Pengo is essentially going to ask me and Darren. He's going to give us a really ridiculous subject to write a song on, and then the week after we have to have the song written and perform it. So there's going to be a few things like that, and special guests as well. But you'll find out more about that when it goes.
So there we go. And that'll be May the 2nd that your show will debut. That would be
yeah, that sounds about right, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, it may actually be It may actually be next Wednesday. We haven't really decided yet. So.
Okay, so next Wednesday at what time?
It's 10 p.m. UST.
So that would be 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time.
Yeah, and 11 p.m. GMT.
Yeah. So next Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, go and check out SteamStar, and if they're not there, come back the following Wednesday.
I know, it sounds so auspicious, doesn't it? But yeah, no, it should be great.
Are you that definitive when you're doing the show, Damien?
We may not even be that definitive, no.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, hopefully it'll be all right. I mean, I know I'm not feeling any more confidence here, but we kind of have, the three of us have a little bit of a rapport, so we're hoping it's going to work out well. And you'll have to see.
It's going to be interesting. So Wednesday, between now and say End Times Wednesday, at some sort of time, Bluefin suggests. That should cover it.
Yeah, I mean, if you go to Steam Star Network after this show, and then you wait there until the 3rd of May, then you definitely have been on at some point. 2nd of May, there you go.
Yeah, that should work.
Perfect. Thank you, Shadows.
Thank you, Damien. And while Damien was mentioning the Poets Workshop over in the block, there's also a writer's workshop that has been running over there called the Writer's Workout. And you don't have to kind of jump in right where it is right now. You can go right back to the start over. And the idea is that the exercises each week help you to build up your writing skills. So feel free to go over and check that out. Okay. And Artemis, you're next. There we go. Kitty Girl's got the writer's block. And there we go.
Oh, darn, my picture didn't show up. This is something new that I'm working on. I've decided I really love curation because it... Do I sound okay?
You're screeching.
Yeah, there's a bunch of screaming metallic noise in your background.
Feedback.
Is this any better?
Try it. Let's try it.
Okay. Okay, well, I'll be quick. It's something new I'm creating. It's my new paddling nature, and it's a curation about everything to do with kayaking, photography, nature, conservation, and preserving our waterways. So I hope you guys will check it out.
All right. Thank you, Ernest. And she's put out her first edition, and that's what she's pimped here today. And we've got another ramble on the ramble. Thank you, Artemis. And the bug, you're up.
Good morning, everyone. How's everyone doing?
Morning.
You know what, Damien, maybe we should collab on something. I got a little something I'm working on called Amish Bacon Underground. Okay, that sounds good. I've only got one verse, but it's for Shane and Asaria because they buy this bacon off Amazon and it's kind of expensive. So all I have so far is, I spent my stake on bacon, now I'm broke. I blew the bank, my crypto's up in smoke. Shame on Shane, I should have bought some dope. I spent our stake on bacon, now I'm broke.
Oh my God, that's
good. I'll tell you who would like that. Neg over at the Writer's Block would love that because he's a big bacon fan.
That's a whole song right there. You don't really need anything more than that.
Well, I'm thinking of actually, it's funny you say that, Incap, because I'm actually thinking of just doing that one verse and then doing a talking song like, there I was clicking around Amazon and there it was, a pretty Amish girl in a little white hat. Just kind of have some fun with it.
Dude, totally. That's fucking awesome.
I need a banjo though, right? Could someone else try to drop that link in for me? Maybe my Planktown link, maybe the picture will come up for you.
Yeah, you're going to need to try using Busy on it.
Oh, I don't have Busy. Maybe when
Siemens seems to be having problems.
Maybe when my good buddy Sarge comes back from his bladder break, he's on Busy all the time. So.
Are you really wanting to say shame on Shane or blame Shane?
Shame on Shane, I should have. Well, you see, here's a secret. Shane and Hysteria are going to be characters in Planktown, and they're going to be Shame and Hysteria.
Do they know that?
Yes, they do.
Okay. Now you've got several copies of the picture up, so roll with it here.
Yeah, it took a lot to get Planktown launched. I'm really excited about the artwork and the team. And we'll launch our first regular episode next week. I see Simgirl there and others. I'm looking to put together a small power team. And
So we're going to be doing things like having from the beautiful pictures that Darosnek is making. They're all like colored and animated GIFs. But we're also going to be doing coloring contests for kids and stuff from the episodes that people will be able to print off as blanks. And all of our merch goes live this week. So with Planktown logos, so hats, tees, hoodies, blankets, pillows, you name it. You don't really need to send a vote that way. That post is fine as it stands. But what I'm really after is followers and re-steams to just spread the word, because we're going to have a ton of fun with it. And I'm looking to get Steamians involved and Steamians kids involved. You know, have contests for puppet shows that people do. Contest for best Halloween costume, Planktown. Oh, and for Carrie Allen, if she's still around, my scroll is not up that high right now. Planktown has a secret. We have a starfish gate that goes to the Plankverse, to all other worlds.
Now it's not a secret.
You name it. Well, it's a secret where the starfish gate is. I mean, it's in Shadow's Pub, but I'm not going to tell you that.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure where the starfish gate is yet, but we'll figure it out. I see Darosnek. Throw some hands up for Darosnek, my amazing artist who's bringing my vision to life. I really, really appreciate you. All your work. She's the easiest person in the world to work with. She's super organized, very professional. Could never say enough good things about you. I'd work with you anytime on any planet.
Or under any water.
Any water. Yeah, as long as I can breathe, I'm a happy guy. No, Kristen, don't hold back, bro. That's the whole joke, but nobody gets it but you. It craps you out into another universe. I love it. It still has to be child appropriate, so I'll let them figure it out when they're older. If you don't think there's like wrong humor in Disney stuff, you need to go watch it again.
All right. Thank you, Bug IQ. Samus and Artemis North, I discovered where your list went earlier. I had managed to scroll down the queue and just roll you right off it. So, Samus, you're up now.
Okay. Yeah, good day, everyone. Can you hear me?
We can hear you.
Ah, good. Let me get to my post.
All right.
Here we go. Yeah. Well, my post is about what I was thinking about 4 days back, and I was trying to check through some of my work that I've done so far, and I begin to think about the extent I have gone far on artwork. So I now developed that into a motivational post that I titled Creativity. And in there, I try to express what creativity is, and in line with the images that I made. So I try to bring out that for you to create, you need to begin from your inside, from your mind. If you don't have things in your mind, what you are planning to create might not come. You may have the idea, but the idea needs to come from within, then couple with the action that you take. So it is the action that comes together with the idea that you have that leads to creativity. So you can have an idea, you can have something in mind that you are thinking of doing. If you have not taken that step, that bold step to really activate that the idea, it will not actually come. It will just be like something that you are building inside, but you are not expressing it outside. So the expression comes by you activating it through your action, through the activity that you do, through the steps that you take. So that what make me to check through the images that I have on my phone, and I saw a particular farmland. I tried to worked on it using my some application that I have. I build on them, and I come out with all those images that I have on my post. So it's just an expression of creativity and motivating people, let them get the understanding of building what you have in mind and make your idea speak for you by you acting on them. Thank you. That's all.
Okay. Thank you, Samus. And man, you like animated GIFs. That's for sure.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Samus. And Carrie Allen, you're back up. Hello, Surfy.
Hello, Surfy.
Team Star for your family.
Okay.
That was me, guys. Hey, it's Carrie. I'm back. That is from my other post that I put up, the Steam Star for Your Family jingle that my husband and I, husband wrote and then we recorded. It's hilarious. It plays many times during the special episodes. So the post that I just put up there is another part of my Mission Control Mondays, which is Tuesdays, 12 a.m. UTC time, here on the Steam Star Network also. This is a little bit shorter segment. So the plan for this, I might change the name. Right now it's called Carrie's House of Horrors, but I don't know if I love that or not. But I do want a segment where I share other stories and I read them, or maybe others might read them, and add in sound effects to really bring people into the story. And I'd like them to be around 5 minutes long. So I wrote this. I literally took a bunch of time to learn how to write a story, write a short story, write a horror story, write a horror short story. And then I sat down and I did this so that I could give an example for what I was kind of looking for. So this is the first example. It did air this last Monday live. This isn't the live version. I re-recorded it, but it's basically the same. I just re-recorded it so I could have the single sound file. So yeah, this is the example. The script is there so you can see it's just like a story that I wrote, and then I added in the sound effects. This one is only about just under 5 minutes long, I think. It's not like super horror, but it's scary things to me. So yeah, it's real quick. Give it a listen. If you're interested in collaborating, again, doing voice acting or writing or contributing something, I'm still right now in the process of choosing what story is going to get played on this Monday's show. I'll probably look and decide today and then go in and find sound effects and set it all up and let whoever's thing that I chose know that I've chosen it. So if you want to submit something, if you have a short story that you think would be good for this little scary section, also PG-13, no naughty things. I'd like to keep it like that, FYI. I know that everybody else likes it, but I don't want to be super scary. Like, I don't want people like having heart attacks or anything like that. But suspense, awesome, and things that I can add any sound effects under. Drop me any information that you have either on this comment or private message me here in Discord. That's a pretty easy way to get a hold of me, and it makes it pretty sure that I'm gonna go read whatever story that you sent me so I can talk about it. All right, you guys, you should listen to them because they're amazingly good, or at least really good examples of what I'd like to bring to the table. So that's it.
Zipporah and Darasnek both said awesome. So it looks as though you may be onto something. Wonder if Carrie Allen has cowbell in her special effects toolkit. Asked Sarge.
I actually have a real cowbell.
Well, the real one's much better than special
but
effects.
I don't know if I can hold the button down for push to talk and hold the cowbell and hit the cowbell. Like, I have the cowbell literally in my hand right now, but I don't have a way to do everything because of the push to talk. So you don't get to know.
Zipporah says special effects are on point. Seriously impressed.
Thank you. It was a little, the reading one was hard because I had to read and do the sound effects live during the show, and that, because it was the first time, it was a little stressful. The Space Carrie's Adventures in Space, because I wanted it to sound good the first time as an example, I did have Cork and my husband pre-record the sound bites, and then I edited it all together. So all I had to do during my show was push play and wait for 10 minutes. So that was really nice. This week's show, Captain Cork and his robot companion are being introduced, so be sure to tune in.
So, that Sweeney guy has suggested that you hold the mallet in your mouth and headbutt the bell. There you go.
Okay. Here, let me try that. So I can't talk now, but I am going to try to cowbell you. Okay. And it's just It's not even a mallet because all I have is literally it's a chopstick. Okay.
It's coming through.
I got it. It's kind of weird because it makes my mouth vibrate. Oh, I dropped it.
Yeah, you may want to record the cowbell. Might be easier.
Dude, on my show a couple of weeks ago, Soundwaves Photon, who's not in here right now, but he was on the show and he won a meme. I'm gonna drop it in there because I made a specific cowbell meme. I don't know how big this is gonna be when it comes in though. Let's find out. It might take a second. I might have given you the small one. Sometimes I label them wrong. But this is a specific cowbell steam meme that I made just for Steamians.
You never quite know what's going to appear on this show.
Oh yeah, and I like aliens.
You like what?
Aliens, so it was alien themed.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Bug, I hear you, bro.
There's an iPhone cowbell.
Dude, and Cat Barbie, I bring the funny. It's accidental most of the time, but I bring it.
And Cat says this is the funniest she's ever been to.
Oh, the day is still young.
Zipporah says, I thought you said Galians. No joke. PYPT, cowbells, poems, self-promotion, and more cowbell. Gotta have a little fun. What's life without it? Sarge Battle Axe is next. Activist blog will follow Battle Axe.
That's what it says. It says activist blog. After all the cowbell talk and Battle Axe's post presentation, you may activate.
Okay, now I got it. I just glanced at it. Thank you, Sarge.
I'll borrow my glasses or my good eye.
Yeah, right. Then what would you do with Noah? Good eyes. We're just waiting for Battle's going to drop her link there, and then I'm going to read her text for her. She's not on voice today. Give her a chance. No, you're next, then activist. I'm not the only one that read that differently. There we go. Okay, there's the link. And I think there should be some text coming. That link with this pic. Okay, we're just going to just need your text there now, Battle. Okay, can we have your text now? Text. That sounded wrong in my head. Yeah, I saw that. And she's going to drop her text any second now. Dee-dee. Oh, now we're back to cowbell. Okay. I'm not quite sure what Battle's doing there, actually. Yeah, it seems to be picking and choosing which pictures it's going to show this morning, kitty girl. Okay, well, have a good read of Battle's post. She always writes some interesting material, so it's well worth having a look at. Oh!
Okay, I was just going to give you the synopsis, basically. It's just saying, don't be fake. Not everybody's happy and cheerful all the time, and don't wear fucking masks, basically.
Okay, I like that summary. That's the whole post that you dropped in there, Battle. There we go. Alright, thank you, Battle. Activists, you're up.
Hey there, folks.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm doing all right. This is not a very long post compared to what some of you folks put out there, but feel really good about it because I'm learning to use the markdown system a little bit better. So I managed to put some dividers in and use headers and everything. So
Whoa.
I know, but for me, it's an accomplishment because I have been not really putting that effort in, and so I feel good about that part of this post. And you know, it's talking about kind of an uncomfortable subject because you know, poverty is something that people aren't comfortable talking about. Wealth and money, it's just something that, at least in the U.S., it's considered taboo to talk about money.
You're right on that. I used to, in another life, I was a bankruptcy and insolvency counselor, and people would be more inclined to talk about their sex life than they would about their finances.
Yeah, well, a lot of folks here in the U.S. are poor, and so it just addresses some of the issues. I address some of the issues associated with poverty in that post, and I hope you guys will take the time to read it.
Thank you, activists. What don't you believe there, Savo?
I think, yeah, from what I experienced, the American people don't be ashamed to talk about money. They rather say it than people in Europe who are very, very keen on it.
They will talk about the money they have, but when they don't have money, that's what they don't want to talk about. They'll talk about their sex life first.
Well, also people don't want to hear about poverty. You know,
True.
a lot of people who are poor in the U.S. are sitting in jail not because they're criminals, but because they don't have the money to pay their bail. So they haven't even gone to trial. At this point, they're presumed innocent, but just because they're poor, they have to sit in jail and wait for court. So you know, that's one aspect of poverty being hidden from the public, where it's physically locked away.
Yeah, it's very. It's really a nasty situation if you look at it. How many people are in jail actually? I mean, and what it costs to the state. You have to check in Portugal. There is a jail system which is completely friendly for the inhabitants there, and yeah, it's all about positivity there, and they come out of jail and they don't feel punished. But yeah, not a lot of people go to jail there.
Petra has commented that she thinks people are ashamed of talking about money because they feel like they are a failure and incompetent. And a lot of times that's exactly how they're treated, Petra, which is one of the reasons why they're so reticent to talk about financial situation. I had a Anglican priest who retired from the priesthood, and he went into this field at the same time as me. And he and I were out having a few drinks one night, and we were sitting talking about, you know, the whole concept of what we were doing. And I said to him, I said, surely, God, you've been seeing this over the course of your career as a priest. And his response to me was, you know, I've counseled a lot of people and I've heard a lot of stories, but he says, I'm now realizing that a lot of the problems were based on finances, not the stories they were telling me. It's what they hide.
Well, I'm trying to do a lot of posts about wealth inequity and poverty, and you know, take it out of the closet and make it so, at least make myself comfortable talking about it. Whether anyone else wants to be comfortable with it or not is up to them.
I think the more people speak about it without judgment, the more comfortable people will get.
Yeah, you know, a lot of it too, I think people take it on themselves when really it's I hate to say it, but the system is built that way. If you're poor, you pay more fees. The taxes you pay are a larger percentage of your income, and just the whole society here is built to keep the poor poor and push the wealthy to the top, or keep them on top, I should say. So I'm trying to address it a little bit in my writing because it's something that weighs on my heart.
Two Flowers says, in the Netherlands we don't talk about what we make. If you stick your head out, you'll lose it. Zipporah says, built to keep the poor in a state of persistent struggle. And well said, activist blog.
May I say something?
Sure.
I've worked at the bank, and that and that environment, it's completely the opposite.
How so?
Yeah, the people who are the directors of the locations of the banks depends on which department, or how do you say it, which area. But the more you get, the more you talk about it there, and it's really like bragging to each other how much they make.
Yeah, because they've got it. They don't have to feel that, you know, they're at a loss or incompetent, as Petra put out.
I was stocks there, so yeah, and yeah.
So what happens is that the environment that you were in there, where people are talking about all the money they make, when they encounter the people that are not able to make enough to sustain themselves, they have a hard time understanding them. And that's what silences the people that aren't able to make enough to sustain themselves.
Yeah, it was actually a private bank, so all clients were millionaires anyway, so
yeah,
it was very easy.
Trimmy made the comment that it's expensive to be poor. Swinging Guy asked, did you say poor people are required to pay a higher percentage of their income than the rich? Did you want to respond to that, activist? Still there, activist? Oh, must have got called away from the keyboard. Okay, well, read the post, give it a thought, make some comments down in the comment section, and start a conversation. Dreams team.
Hey, Dream.
Yes.
Yes, you're here.
Oh, I thought that was a hey Dream, like a question, like hey, what about
No,
that?
I was just greeting you.
Oh, hi. Before I go any further, hi Too Far. All of the posts are now up for the treasure hunt tonight. If you haven't had a chance to be a part of it, this is our last one for this season. And yes, we have some fun prizes, and I would love to see you there tonight at the evening PYPT show, and I will put on my captain's hat for that later. The other day, you know, Gina sometimes goes crazy, and all of a sudden you're getting notifications from, you know, maybe yesterday or something. And so I thought that had happened again, and it sounded just like a casino. It sounded like I hit the jackpot, and I looked over, and I just pretty much danced the whole night because I got a Curie, my first one, and I was so excited. Oh, let me put my my thing in here.
You're still excited.
Yes. And actually, I was a Curie triplet that day because Artemis North and Wax Science and I all got it at the same day. So we pretty much had a party for the whole day, and we just kept messaging each other and just cheering for each other, and we couldn't stop smiling.
Actually,
anyway, thank you,
everybody.
Snook
got one as well.
Oh, who else?
Snook.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hey, Snook, we missed you. So thank you, everybody. It was very, very exciting, and I thought that I was way too high in my reputation to get a Curie, but anyway, I'm not. So, but the issue is that I got a Curie on chapter 7 of my book, and what I've been told is that it's very hard to write a series in Steam It because, you know, you have to get people to kind of commit all the time. So I feel like getting a Curie on chapter 7 is probably, even though very sweet, do not get me wrong, it was hard, you know, for people to kind of make that jump back. So I'm just going to start, you know, every once in a while putting in the next chapter. Chapter 7 got Curied, but chapter 8 wasn't. But what I've heard is chapter 8 is the best chapter so far. So I put the link up there. And I think how I would describe the story, it's a fantasy, something that I had kind of toyed with ever since I was a little girl. And I think that it's kind of in the same, the way that the Lost series, you kind of had to, you were figuring out as it was unveiling each episode, each season, what was happening. That's kind of what happens with this story. In the beginning, you don't know what's going on. Chapter 2, Chapter 3, everything kind of gets a little bit more unveiled. So we're having fun with people DMing me for secrets and sometimes even just putting their guesses right on the comments. But it's really fun. It's been a lot of fun for me to write it, and I'm not entirely here for money. It's obviously it's an aspect, of course. We can't negate ourselves completely from that. But what I really like is the interaction. And so even though I'm giving something up by publishing this on Steemit and exclusively on Steemit, what I'm gaining here is just a lot more fun than the things that I have published in the real world. I like interacting with readers, and I'm a storyteller. I don't know if I would call myself a writer. I am a storyteller, and I like to hear, oohs and ahs and gasps, and I like to get those messages saying, I've got to know what's happening next. So if you like those kind of stories, by all means, drop by. I have a lot of fun writing it, and I hope you have a lot of fun reading it. That's all.
All right. Thank you, Dreams Team. Simone asked what was special about A Curie. A Curie is a group of manual curators that are set to find good quality posts, and when they do, when they get approved, then they get a very nice group of upvotes that gives the post a nice little boost. So instead of getting, $1.50 or $2 on the post, they suddenly get 50 or 60 bucks. There we go. That swinging guy got over 100 on one that he got. So it's a nice boost for a post. So it's a thrill
Over
for most
100?
people. That's what he got. Zipporah says she got 130 a few times. So
I mean, like 30 is kind of normal, right? But yeah, I think everybody is too happy about it always. So, okay, I like OCD if it's still around.
Yeah, I think my very first Curie was over 200 or almost $200. Steam was high that time, so I was freaking out. I was messaging Top K-pop at 1 o'clock in the morning. What's going on?
Yeah, they've been doing a lot of little smaller ones, like the one that the Bad Karaoke got was a $5 one. So they've been doing. I've been noticing that they've been doing a lot more smaller Curie votes instead of the $150 ones.
Yeah, kind of spreading it out a little bit more. I think they've been kind of doing a bit of a political campaign in a way. After they took quite a drop in their standings, they dropped out of the top 20 for a while because of a mistake that got made that they rectified quickly. It wasn't something that related to the curating. So they've been on a bit of a campaign to get back into the top 20. Crimson says, I love what it does, but kind of hurts that I don't get to be a creator anymore in their eyes, given where I am now. Yeah, I don't think I've ever had a Curie, actually. But then I came on early enough, I guess they weren't really established before I got up high enough on the rap. All right.
I got an OCD once with a post full of typos.
Really? How did you pull that off?
Yeah, that was an interesting story.
Some OCD curator must have worse spelling than you.
Yeah, dyslexia all the place, But it was about I got burglars in my house when I was at home. So it was a pretty long story. Written once, never read or read over it after it. But yeah, I still got OCD.
Must have been a curator that had worse spelling skills than you. Okay.
Yeah, that's what I say, dyslexia.
Thank you, Dreams Team. 2 Flowers, you're up.
Good evening, everybody.
Topic, I hope. I just want to say I hope that my last post before the beer will get something, because I checked and I got individual votes. Last 3 votes were, one was Steam STEM curator, one was Query curator, and one was OCD curator. But the post didn't get any of the curation votes yet.
Dear post, I've just come back, so send to me.
We'll see what happens. Two Flowers, go ahead.
Good evening, everybody. From the balmy Netherlands, 78 degrees here. Let me wait 1 second.
Okay, time's up.
Wait, you all use Celsius? It's 78 degrees in the Netherlands?
He knows to give it an understandable temperature.
Yeah, the normal temperature, degrees Celsius.
No, it's over here. It's 26 degrees at the moment, so that's about 78.8 Fahrenheit. So I checked it out for you guys.
Thank you, Two Flower, for giving us in English.
Yes. Yeah, well, because I know it's hard, and it's hard for me as well. Well, I'm here to pimp my post, or not my post. It's a community post for Poets United. And we worked quite hard for the last couple of weeks on our new website and our new blogs and all kinds of stuff on the background in the websites. And we came up with a model to fund our community. And we have like a subscription pack nowadays. And well, that's basically the post. If you are into poetry, I would invite you to our Discord, which is also in the post, obviously. And well, basically, it comes down to this: the subscription pack gives you upvotes and resteams and all kinds of nice perks in the new poetsunited.org website. So basically, that's our post, and well, I hope everybody will watch it, look at the post, and well, I hope everybody likes it.
All right. Thank you, Two Flower.
Yes, thank you for having me, and I want to say hi to Captain Dream's team and Sarge and everybody else. And well, I have to say I'm a bit fried because I've been working every day for I don't know how many hours till late in the morning, and getting up early in the morning again. So I need to get going because I've been working all day again, and I need to do some shopping because otherwise I have no food tonight. So thank you for having me.
Well, it's good to see you. It's been a while since we've seen you on.
Yes, indeed, but we are so busy. It's crazy sometimes. I'm a bit fried actually. I'm almost sleeping already, and it's only 6:40 p.m. here now, so I could go to bed.
Well, probably you need some rest. So I'm glad you took the time to come and make your post.
Thank you for having me, and thanks everybody for presenting their post. I've opened most of them, and I will look at them later on tonight if I'm still awake, and otherwise it will be tomorrow. So thank you once again. Have a great evening, everybody.
You too. So Bug has left as well. He's got to go off and do a couple of shows today. He does do some offline singing. He's got a double-headed performance, which means I hope it means he's playing in 2 different places. Ethan commented, referring back to the Curie discussion, check out the Curie Special Excursions channel over at the Steam Engine. And Awaken to Life is a recent Curie curator, and he's willing to help people polish their posts there. So if you think your post needs some polishing, go over there and have a chat with him. Or you could even stop into BG's show and get some advice from Crazy BG. So there are possibilities.
BJ?
Crazy BG's does a show.
I have one question though.
What's that, Sybil?
Well, as not a born writer for myself, if you look at the layout, I mean, the what's in the post is actually more important than how it looks. Okay, the first site, but how do you help people with that?
Formatting makes a difference. The content is important, but the formatting and layout needs to be good too. As if your reader is not comfortable reading through the post, the best content in the world is a waste of time. What's the link for, Battle? Neander Squirrel is working on Genabot. Yeah, go ahead, Battle. I have no idea what you're up to here, but go ahead and drop the link. Mad Damn Curie. You're going to come on and tell us what this is about, their battle? PYPT inspired server. Okay. All right. Damien, you're up.
Hey again, Shadows. I'll just drop my link.
Okay.
So this is another post. This one's going out to ANCAP as it's an audio recording of a review I did on David Mamet's 3 uses of the knife. So it's at least 4.5 minutes of me talking. Sorry, excuse me. So the book, it's kind of a different book on writing. It's about really dramaturgy and free act structure. And Mamet just has an amazing way of explaining these concepts in a very easy to take in way, basically because of the analogies he uses. To give you just a little example, I'll just read this out. Yeah, in the book he talks about 3-act structure and what it is, and he uses this example. And my package has just arrived, so I've got to go.
Hurry back. Krim is in text chat. She's commenting about the Curies. She's been quietly told now. If anyone has ever gone and looked at Crimson's post or blog, you'll find that when she does post, and she doesn't have a whole lot of time to because of the amount of time she spends in communities, she does some phenomenal posts. And she's been basically told because of her rep and the fact that she's known in the community, she's just not eligible to receive a Curie. And that gets a little bit frustrating because there seems to be lots of stuff there for minnows in the lower levels, but as the minnows get closer to being mid-range minnows or dolphins, there's less and less access to those types of supports.
Hey Shadows, I'm back. He dropped it through the letterbox, so it was all fine.
Okay.
So yeah, just to give you a little example of his writing. So he talks about 3-act structure. He says, Huddy Ledbetter, also known as Leadbelly, said, you take a knife, you use it to cut the bread so you'll have enough strength to work. Then you use it to shave so you'll look nice for your lover. Then on discovering her with another, you use it to cut out her lying heart. And that's how he describes the 3 acts of a play or a story. So yeah, it's a fantastic book. It's actually, if you're a writer, it's kind of a life-changing book. So if you are writing anything, give my review a listen and consider getting a copy because it really is great.
And I know ANCAP Barbie is now going to go and listen to it over and over.
Well, yeah, it's 4.5 minutes. So until we get the radio show, which will be 2 hours of me, partially me talking at least. Yeah, that will hopefully give you something to listen to.
Will that kind of hold you off and keep you in good shape there, ANCAP? She's not answering.
I mean, it's on D-Sound, which means I can download it and just play it on a loop in VLC.
You're such a shy individual, ANCAP. I love you. All right. Thank you, Damien and ANCAP.
Thanks, Shadows.
Durastech, you're up next. And there we go.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
Okay, so today's Thursday vlog is all about, well, the last couple of weeks I've been talking about doing videos on a budget for artists in particular, but really anybody who wants to make a video that doesn't have a lot of cash to throw at it. And I'm in a perpetual state of not having any money to throw at my art, but I'd never let that stop me. So hopefully this series inspires those of you to who are also in a similar position to make those videos, make those things that you want to make. Don't let anything hold you back. But anyway, in this part, I did a case study of this one music video that I did that was mostly stock footage, but I kind of threw it together in my living room, and this was before I had a lot of the fancy stuff that I have now. So hopefully you get some inspiration from that and enjoy.
All right. Thank you, Darasnak. And it's nice to know that you're the artist behind Planktown.
But we're having lots of fun with that one.
You've been enjoying that?
I have indeed. It's been, Bug is full of ideas, and there's no shortage of things to draw. It's mostly me finding the time to actually do it all.
Catching up to his mind can be a little scary, eh?
Fair enough.
I have brunch with him every Monday morning, and there's some Monday mornings that I don't have to say a word. He just lets the world flow. His world. And the ideas that flow into there, I'm just kind of like, wow. Wow. All right.
Yeah, he just goes on a roll and keeps on going.
He does. Thank you, Darasnak. Petra, you're up. And there she is, right there with the ink. Link?
Yeah, here I am. Hello, everyone. I hope you are all enjoying this beautiful day. And if you're not, maybe my post can help. This is the 8th part in my series about meditation. And this time I wrote about Trataka, or more commonly known as gazing meditation. You will need one plain and simple candle and a comfortable place to sit. Meditation has two parts. This meditation has two parts. The first part is looking and concentrating on the flame with your eyes opened, and with your eyes closed is the second part. All the instructions and list of benefits are, of course, in the post, so check it out. And if you have any questions about this or any other technique that I've covered so far, feel free to contact me in the comments. So thanks for the time, Shadows.
Thank you, Petra. Well, that was concise and to the point. Sarge said he had that happen to him in the men's room once. He was gazing. Yeah, I think that is another story, Sarge. Oh my. Zipporah, you're up.
Hello all.
Hello.
This is just finally got around to sharing another one of my songs. A little rough recording of my song Heartquakes, and added some harmonies on it. Quick little write-up in there about what that's from. Kind of about the difficulty of communicating and not hearing anything in response. And that being representative of the little aches and quakes we have as humans. That's really all I have to say about that.
You wrote in a good place, Vancouver.
I did. Well, you know, I used to live up there. Lived up there for 5 years. So coming back from India, I flew from Delhi straight into Vancouver. And let me tell you, after a year over there, that was like shock to the system.
A good shock?
I don't know that I would say that. It was like I could smell the scent of affluence, and it was strange. The streets felt too wide and empty, and people looked like they were wearing masks, because in India and Nepal, like, somebody looks at you straight and there's no pretense. They're just, you see what they're thinking. So I was feeling a little tender, and that little song came out. Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yes, Steam Flow. I've been to India. I spent a year traveling by myself through India, and 3 months of that I was in Nepal.
Daryl's next says, Krim, I love you, but I hated Vancouver. Lived there for 6 years, and Krim says, fair, I don't live downtown. I live on the edge of the mountains and the woods. Now, that would not be like living in Vancouver, or any other city for that matter. Nice location, Krim.
I imagine Crimmy over in the Commercial Drive area where the hip kids live.
Half hour from downtown.
No, she doesn't like that. Oh, Port Coquitlam. Nice.
Here we go.
It is beautiful up there, I will say. It's I miss that. Geographically, it's one of the most beautiful places I've lived, but it's a little too squeaky clean for me. I don't trust that.
Oh, you don't like clean cities?
It's a little too squeaky clean. I mean, the people, everybody looks a little too perfect, and that was my experience living there too. Like, everyone's very conscious about, everyone's very healthy and fit and conscious of their fashion and how they look. And I unfortunately encountered a lot of people and was married into a group of people that weren't very okay with being in touch with their emotions, and they're very successful and like to do cocaine. So I have maybe not a very good perspective of what Vancouver is. Yeah.
Daryl Snick says, don't ever move to LA, Zip.
Oh, I won't. No interest. I'm liking it just fine right here in Portland. Thank you very much.
Gary's running off to work. It's a great show, everyone, to this point. I've given you the love. Have a beautiful rest of your day or night. Oh, Crazy BG's making lasagna. And you're not sharing, Crazy?
And thanks, guys. Nice to be back.
Yes,
I've
good to
missed
see
you.
you. Clinic, you're up. And Clinic is still here. Yes, you can test your mic for 1 sec because we're waiting for Clinic. He is still here, isn't he? Is it me or is he not? Is he gone from the voice channel? I don't see him there. So we're going to move on to Snook.
Hello.
Hello. And there she goes. She's got a link in there.
It showed up. Anyway. This is a song I wrote about a month ago. And I finally got around to figuring out how to write the post that goes with it. It's actually a true story about how Reese's Peanut Butter Cups changed my life. In reality, very seriously. I went to go visit a girlfriend that ran away down to the city, and she was very excited because she had food in her refrigerator, which ended up to be 2 Reese's Peanut Butter Cups. And at the age of 15, I went, And it just brought home a lot of how, okay, running away, you can get away from your problems really easily at that minute, but they're still there, and you're just swapping them out for other things. So the song is a real happy song, but the text that goes with it is more about growing up and making decisions in your life.
Well, that makes sense. And the connection seems to be getting a little wonky again. It's just sitting there saying that it's trying to connect.
Oh, yeah, because before I posted it I have just one that I have for me to sit in, and the picture came up, and then now all of a sudden it's not.
You have one what for you to sit in?
A Discord channel. That just has me in it.
I'm gonna run away to my room.
I am. Well, you know what? Because I put posts in there that I want to look at and stuff. So it's like a little, I put stuff in there that I see that I don't have a chance to look at. Instead of filling up like my bookmark, I just post them in the little Discord thing.
Ah, wow. Now we know a little about Snook. She finds her own little quarters.
I do. Yes. Yeah.
And Kev says I had one of those Snook, but now it has members. Some incredible members, so I don't mind.
Well, there you go.
I mean, I made a Discord so I could like test out formats and bots and all this shit, and it like became cooler than the actual Discord that I admin. So I started inviting people to it.
That's hilarious.
Dream Team says that it's actually very clever, and Crimson calls it Snook Nooks.
There you go. I'll have to rename it.
That's cute. Now everybody's wanting a link to your Nook.
To my Nook, yeah. And but anyway, yeah.
We just
What?
got another one of Kitty Girl's secrets. She has her own test server where she stores links to other Discords, test spots, etc. So
Well,
that's where she
see?
gets some of those links so fast.
Well, that doesn't take away from her talent, because my Discord is kind of the same thing. I have all that shit locked and loaded, but she's just like super wizard fast about it.
Oh,
Yeah. You can't beat Kitty Girl with links.
No.
It's like trying to beat Ingenuity with his gifts.
Oh God, yeah. It helps to have ESP. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, Snook.
You're welcome.
And thanks for the votes, PYPT people, the Reese teams. Thanks for organizing the show. You're totally welcome, activists, and thank you for being here. And Sarge, you're up.
Well, there's the link, and hello, my fellow Steamizens. This is a You Are Hope post. It's time for another Thankful Thursday. Don't report from your help. Just so everyone knows that everything that's going on with You Are Hope. I am very bullish on You Are Hope. For those of you that are not familiar with it, and I'm sure most of you are, is the first charity of its kind, totally transparent, run on the blockchain. Sir Quark is the founder, CEO, CTO, CSO, and all them other letters. So I just wanted to share this with you. Y'all probably are following it anyway, but that's the post I want to pimp, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
It's always good to know Sarge sticks to his story. We can add you back to the queue there, Clinique. And there's Kitty Girl with the link to the You Are Hope server, which is the first charity on the blockchain.
That's why I'm the curator in training and the gaffer in training. Kitty Girl's the boss gaffer.
All right, thank you, Sarge.
May I ask a question?
Sure.
Where is it about the charity?
You mean You Are Hope?
Yeah. What are they funding?
They've funded various projects, actually. If you read the post there that has been put up, which is published every Thursday, it gives the donor report, and I believe they often comment about some of the projects that are underway and where the funding is going to. It's direct, on-the-ground assistance in impoverished areas of the world by other Steamians. So if the funds are collected today and help is needed, say in Nigeria, and there's a project there that needs funding, there'll be a Steamian there to carry it through.
They have helped all over the world. Nigeria, the hurricane in Puerto Rico, where they're still helping. They're teamed up with STEAM people that are actually on the ground. They have a server, and somebody just put the server link down there. Kitty Girl did. They do work all around the world. Venezuela, just everywhere. But if you go to the server, there's news on there, updates, everything.
Okay, yeah, I was just thinking because in many places of the world, Steam is way more valuable than at our places,
Absolutely.
So actually, if one Steam is earned, that can be worth the same as say $50. Yeah, for there in the country, because it's international. It is not like we have to, if you have to super poor regions, because they are super poor there. I don't know. I think it's good what has been done. I just want to say that that it's international. It's all the same, and the value is in most countries way more higher.
It is changing lives. Venezuela and Battle Axe said over here, all over. Yep, Melos 10. Melos 10 is very, very important. He's sort of a co-founder with Sir Cork of You Are Hope. And he feeds people. Him and his father, they do all kind of projects down in Venezuela. Venezuela's team has made such a difference in so many lives there. I'm involved with the Venezuelan community, and there are so many people, their lives have been totally changed because, you know, down there, Venezuela, the economy, it's a wreck. This has made a very big difference. Nigeria, Africa, all over Puerto Rico, all these different places. I'm tearing up right now because I'm looking at pictures and stuff. It is just a big change in people's lives.
Yeah, I mean, You Are Hope is a shining example, and I mean, I'm going to sound cliche, but I mean, of what we can do with this platform. You know, you get a lot of people, like, we're trying to onboard people from Facebook and shit, and they go, oh, you guys are just, you know, posting bullshit, memes and whatever for fake money, but, like, I show them You Are Hope and some of those posts, and, like, you know, we've actually just little donations from, I don't have a lot of SBDs to donate. I donate when I can, but, you know, every little bit counts, and we have actually saved lives. That Nigerian village story just broke my heart, but we saved that village.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay, yeah, cool, it's cool. But yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, it'd be worth visiting the server and having a look around, so.
I was there, but nothing happened really in the past there, right?
Well, you won't see too much in general. What you do is you go down through the various channels and take a look at the posts that are in there, and that's where you'll see what's going on with URL.
Cool. Yeah, I'm a supporter of Cork, so I will support that as well.
Good plan. All right, that Sweeney guy, he stepped out and stepped back, and you're up, that Sweeney guy.
Hey, Shadows Pub, would you put Clinic is back if you want to put him back in the queue? I don't know if he dropped the emoji.
I put him back in.
So I'm up to 20 super cool science shit articles now. This one was suggested by Rico. There's been most of us have heard that if you get stung by a jellyfish, what's the first thing you should do? Most people will tell you that you should pee on it. This rumor has been spread for so long, and it's just not true. In fact, peeing on a jellyfish sting can honestly make it worse. The toxin that jellyfish release is very alkaline in nature. So you want something really acidic to neutralize it. Your urine is not nearly acidic enough to do the trick, and if your urine is acidic enough to neutralize jellyfish toxin, you should probably go get that checked out anyway. But the best thing that you can do, honestly, is to first rinse the spot with the same water that you got stung in. If you got stung in the ocean, use that salt water to rinse it away. There are jellyfish that exist in freshwater. If you get stung by a freshwater jellyfish, rinse that with the same water. You want to balance the tonicity of the water, which is kind of a balance. In the ocean, the tonicity is the balance between the salt and the water. And you don't want to affect that because it can cause a pressure imbalance, which will make any of these nematocytes that the stingers leave in your skin, some of them won't fire immediately. And if you cause any kind of undue pressure or change up the tonicity of the area, those leftover nematocytes can fire, creating a whole second wave of toxin. So what you want to do, you can use vinegar in most cases, but it doesn't work with all jellyfish toxins. Heat will inactivate the toxin. Most people will try and put an ice pack on their sting because it hurts and it swells, and the first thing you think is to put ice on it. But ice can actually preserve the toxin. So when you're done with the ice pack, it doesn't hurt anymore, and it warms back up. Those nematocytes are going to fire, and you're going to be left in the same situation you were in the first place. Never pee on your jellyfish sting. It can honestly make it worse, and it's certainly almost never going to make it better.
All right. So, any of those that are around near where jellyfish are, now you know what to do. And during this, Kitty Girl asked, there are freshwater jellyfish?
Yes, very few and far between, but there are some that exist in like mangrove swamps.
Oh, so just in certain areas?
Just in certain areas, yeah. Cat Dreams theme said, "Where in the world did that rumor start?" I don't know, but I know that it was highly spread through pop culture from an episode of Friends. They're all at the beach, and Monica gets stung by a jellyfish, and Chandler ends up having to pee on her leg.
TV and what it does to us. All right. Thank you, there, Sweeney guy.
Thank you.
Damien, you're back up.
Hey, thanks, Shadows. So this is a collaborative post between me and Thinking Zombie from the Writers' Blog, and he drew this amazing bit of art, which looks as though to me it was drawn, like 100 years ago. And the way he did it, if you actually go to the post, you'll see the original, and the original is done in pencil, I believe, plus highlighters, and then he turned the whole thing into sepia. And it just looks fantastic. And yeah, I wrote a little poem to go along with it, and that's it. That's the post. So go and check it out. Thanks.
Is this the one that he was doodling on while he was on the phone?
That was the last one. We've done 3 of these now. This is the 3rd one we've done. So the second one, Picnic, which a lot of people seem to like. We got quite good feedback on that one. If you go and look at that one, I just think it just looks phenomenal. And I think it almost kind of started out because he wasn't too happy with the artwork and just decided he'd try and post it in sepia. And I just think they're stunning. I really do. Sorry, go ahead.
The difference between the 2 pictures was amazing.
I was stunned when I saw this one, and the Picnic one again. I thought he'd picked it up from an antique shop somewhere in Japan, which is where he lives. So I think they're great, and we're going to do a lot more of them. So it's bound to become a regular thing now. But yeah, and the poem, for those who are of any interest at all, it's essentially a terzarima. I won't go really into what that is, but what I've done is I've closed off the ends. So essentially, you can start reading that poem from anywhere you like. You can read it from the 1st, 2nd, or 3rd stanza and just carry on round, and it will still make sense, and it will still work with the rhyme scheme. So there you go.
Very nice. Thank you, Damien.
Thanks, Shadows.
And the Kitty Girl, you're up.
Hello, everyone.
Hello, Kitty.
Well, believe it or not, there's another challenge going around Steemit.
Oh, no.
Seems like there's never a shortage of challenges. This one is really a good one. As a matter of fact, I guess for Battle Axe's Team Good, we could probably start tagging them Team Good. Didn't think about that when I made this post, but anyway, the challenge is to make a post that includes one of your favorite quotes. We're asked to use quotes of an inspirational or motivational nature and to pair them with a photograph or some kind of an image. And so it's a very easy challenge. It's something anyone can do to share, inspirational motivational quotes that they like. And even if you're not a photographer, you could go out to Pixabay or somewhere and find a picture to go with it, you know. So this is something that anyone can do. And I guess it's another way, as most challenges are, to learn a little bit more about each other. So I would take this opportunity to say, consider all of you who are listening tagged, and go out and do this challenge.
No, there's 5 nominees at the bottom of this post. We're safe. And Bluefin, you're one of those tagged. Crickets?
Yeah, I tried to tag people in various servers, not just stick to like 5 people out of one server, you know, try to spread the love.
Oh, it looks as Bluefin has left us. Apparently he knew this post was coming.
He may have. I actually meant to DM him and let him know in case he missed the post on SteamEd or in Genobot. But
Yeah, especially the way Genobot's been behaving the last couple of days.
yeah, she's been a very naughty girl.
Yes, she has. All right, Clinique, you're up.
Hi guys.
Hello. And there's the link.
Okay, so this is one of my poems. I titled it Negligence, but if you go through the poem, it's kind of like typifies people who have gotten to some level of power and have decided to abuse it, and at some point realize that really get rid of the what would I say, the suffering or what you have to go through to get the power per se. So you see people who, after they've been through a lot in life and they get to a position of authority, they tend to act somewhat selfish and selfless. Not selfless, selfish per se, because they went through a lot. So they want other people who are starting up like them to go through the same thing. But along the line, the person realizes or they realize that actually suffering those who are below them doesn't really get you any more satisfaction. So he or she decides to do good with whatever the person has. And to a large extent, it can be applied to spirit and to the world in general. So that's the poem, Negligence.
All right. Thank you. That's quite the picture you put with it. Thank you, Clinique.
I didn't get that.
I said that was quite the picture you put with it.
Foot, big leg, trampling on people per se.
Yeah, I noticed that. The God foot.
Yeah.
And Kev says she's realized that she's going to have to limit her votes to 10% or something, or her vote power will never get above 40.
Well, I try to upvote all the posts from here and that aren't plagiarism and shit like that, and I try to upload all the Alliance posts, and yeah, I'm kind of fucked.
I will comment that if you find somebody has done plagiarism on any of these posts, let me know. They won't be in this server anymore. Okay, Ms. Diaz, you're up.
She's having little network problems, a little bit, she says. But I told her she could do a text intro if she wants.
Okay. Let's see if we, is she still in the voice channel there? Okay.
Yeah, she's in the voice channel, but she's muted.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any type. Oh, there. Trying to connect. Well, you are connected, Ms. Dice. Or are you trying to connect on Steam? That may be the problem, trying to get the link off of there. Okay, well who is speaking?
Yeah, the whole Genobot flips.
Pardon?
The Genobot is flipping.
What, is sending a whole bunch of notices?
Wow, yeah.
It's probably catching up because it sat there for about 3 hours with nothing. So you're probably going to get everything that it didn't send you this morning.
Yeah, Neander Squirrel was working on it. I got a notification he was working on it.
Yeah. Okay, Ms. Diaz says she's unmuted. Are you able to get your link to put into the channel, Ms. Diaz? And not seeing a response to that.
Yes, I have the link already.
There we go. Okay, then go ahead and take your turn. Go ahead and put your link in and then tell us about your post.
Right now.
Okay.
All right then. First of all, good evening from Nigeria here. Okay. The poem is actually about a friend. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Loud and clear.
So usually I write out do like I just write like I just sit down and think about something and try to come up with a poem or write up. But this one it's related to a friend. Just going through some certain issues. So I spoke to her even I wrote this, and she was complaining bitterly about the whole situation, and I kind of felt her pain, and it was more painful for me because from this side of where I am right now, I really couldn't do so much at that point. So all I could do was just console her and give her some words of advice. And at the end, I was still feeling so much pain, and I thought to just pour it into something, into writing, and yeah, that's how I came up with this poem. So that's it.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Welcome.
All right. Deranged Vision, you're up next.
Okay.
Something else you wanted to say, Ms. Diaz?
No. Nothing else at all.
Okay then. You can release your mic now.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing. Appreciate it, Ms. Diaz.
Thank you for listening.
Okay, there we go. All right, go ahead, Deranged.
Having some difficulties right now. I'm trying to get it.
What, get your link off of Steam? You may need to try this.
Yeah, I just got it. I got it. I was doing some wallet transfers and I had my password copied. I didn't want to post that.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
All right, so here's my link. It's a link to my brand new photo contest that I just launched. And this is the very first theme for it. It's furred animals. And when I created this contest, I got sick of seeing the same 10 names winning all of the photo contests all over Steemit, even though there were hundreds of entries from people who were like all skill levels and everything that were entering in the photo contest. So when where'd it go?
No, that was me, sorry.
Okay. When I structured this contest, I have 3 different tiers to it. I have a professional tier, amateur, and beginner tier. And you can win in any of those. You basically, when you submit your picture, you state what level of photographer you are, and then you're judged in that tier for the whole month. So I've got some pretty good sponsors for it. You win some SBD. All you have to do is just enter the contest. for whatever theme I choose. There's 2 contests a week. Wednesdays and Fridays is when I announce them. And you have 5 days to submit your photo before I close the contest and start judging the entries.
Okay. So is this the first round that you've done of this contest?
Yeah, I released the first one yesterday, and so that furred animals one is the very first one, and I'll be releasing the second one tomorrow. So I give everybody like a weekend to be able to take pictures for both contests.
Okay, well, it'll be interesting to see if you end up with different winners than what you see in a lot of them.
Yeah, there's going to be different winners every week. I made it so where you can't win the first and second place more than once a week. So you have like a 1 week cool down period. So like if you're in the professional level and you win first or second place, you can still get third place in a week, but you won't be able to win first or second place, so that everybody has a chance of winning first or second place.
Ah, interesting. Nikki Stevens raised the question. She said that she's heard somewhere that they use auto pickers on selecting contest winners. Have you heard anything like that?
I don't even know what an auto picker is.
Oh, basically, pick them at random.
Oh, no, I'll be judging them, and then starting next week, I think I'm going to have guest judges in also and feature some of their work. So it's not just me judging them. There's going to be me and another set of eyes judging the pictures. And so every week there's going to be at least one other judge also, and it's going to be like a collaborative effort on picking the winners for each tier.
So it kind of sounds to me, Nikki, that if that's what you've heard, it probably was somebody who didn't win that thought they should. I can't see any contest worth its salt that would be using something like an auto picker. All right, thank you, Deranged. And Damien,
you're welcome.
You're back.
Hey again, let me just drop this link.
Okay.
So this is the latest Renga for the writer's block. We finished it a couple of weeks ago, and it's just taken us a while to get around to editing and putting it out. But for those who don't know, a Renga is a collaborative form of poetry. It's where the haiku derives from, and each day people post a verse, and everybody then the next day votes to decide whose verse gets added to the poem. So this is the latest one. Yeah, speaking of You Are Hope, all the money raised from this will be sent to You Are Hope. So we give all the money from the Renga to charity. And Andrew, aka Thinking Zombie, as he won the Hoku, he won the first verse. He got to choose the charity, and he chose You Are Hope. So go along, have a read, and help to pump it up so we can send them some money. Thanks.
Yep. Every upload helps. Thank you, Damien. Activist Blog, you're back up. Activist, are you there?
Hello?
There we go. Yeah, there you are. Got a link for us?
Hey there, folks. Yep, got this link. It's for a post that I wrote right after the bombing of Syria.
Okay. And there's the link.
You know, I try and do these socially geared posts, and this one just talks a little bit about who really pays the price of war, you know.
Right.
because here in the U.S. we have 40,000 homeless veterans on any given night, and it's just a shame to see weapons manufacturers taking multi-million-dollar cash bonuses annually while our soldiers are literally physically sleeping on the streets.
It is. They've served our country, and we should be serving them. And there should never be a veteran sleeping on the streets. Shouldn't be anybody sleeping on the streets, but definitely not our veterans.
It kind of connects a little bit with the post that I shared earlier about poverty, because we pay our taxes here. People just paid taxes a couple days ago, and that tax money, over 50 cents on every dollar, goes to the military in some form. So it's just a shame to see all of that tax money go to bombs, bullets, and body bags, and we leave our veterans suffering poverty.
And Battle Axe has commented, veteran health care is an abomination. The vets up here get fairly well looked after, but there's still a lot of holes that they fall through. And the Legion has had to pick up doing a program to get veterans in off the street. And there's been millions of dollars have come from branches to get veterans off the street that the government is not ponying up on.
As a veteran, though, I'm not offended. I understand where you're coming from. But keep in mind, I was a 17-year-old, very patriotic young man when I went in. I spent 21 years in uniform. And not all of us are baby killers. As a matter of fact, very few of us were. There's many reasons we go in. Mostly because we feel we're providing a service to our country. But no, I'm not offended. I'm hurt, but not offended.
I try really hard to remember that, the soldiers, a lot of them would rather be doing just about anything else with their lives than, dodging bullets. But, we have what they call a volunteer army in the U.S., and a lot of times the people who end up, quote, volunteering are people who really don't have any better options.
I think that's the case. If I look at, I have two friends who are in the army, the Dutch army, who have been to Afghanistan as well. But they have lost friends, and also, it's super sad, But and also have psychic issues now, And if I look back at it, it's all the young people who don't know what to do with their life. We go to the army, right? Like you said, Sarge.
It is. It's difficult. There's a lot of issues. I regret some of the things I did when I was in the military and that I was part of, but I will never, never be ashamed of wearing the uniform. I don't always agree with my country, and I'm sure other people in the countries don't. But men and women in uniform is a necessary evil. It's a shame. But most of us, there's no one that loves peace more than we do.
I feel like, as a nation, the United States we need to be a little isolationist. I think it would be a good service for our economy and for our soldiers to shut down our foreign war bases and bring all our boys and girls home.
Well, if you really want to support our troops, bring them home.
Well, I'll challenge you all to do something if you feel strongly enough about this. And I don't know, this is a tradition in America that a lot of people don't know about. Many people wear red on Fridays. And what that means is when they wear the red on Friday, a red T-shirt or something, I have a Canada shirt. I wear that because it's red with a big old white Canada leaf in the middle. But that means we're remembering everyone that's not home. I've spent Christmases overseas. I've spent Christmases in combat and Thanksgiving and holidays. It's very, very hard on families. It's just as hard on the people left behind at home. They worry sick about their sons, their daughters, their mom, their dad, some cases grandma and grandpa, believe it or not. So, that would be something. Maybe start something on Steam to wear red, and not just for U.S. troops, Canadian troops, my God, European troops, Nigerian troops, Syrian troops, all the people here on Steam that are in uniform, and people that have family in uniform. Because I'm going to tell you what, soldiers, we're not political. We don't know what the hell the people in charge are doing. It's people are not bad because of the country they live in. And I think that'd be really a good idea to do that.
The
I think
practice
maybe
wearing
also-
red on Friday started up here in Canada during the Afghanistan war.
We get all the best ideas from Canada down here, us Yanks.
Have you got the Highway of Heroes yet?
Yes, we have one of those.
As in, when your guys are repatriated, they travel down that highway and the citizens turn out to honor the families?
We have kind of parades and stuff like that. Our American Legions are very involved when units come back.
It's not a parade. It's a grassroots movement that occurred during the Afghanistan war. That when a Canadian soldier was killed, returned to Canada, landed in Trenton at CFE Trenton, was transported to Toronto to the coroner's office. On the 54 overpasses between Toronto and Trenton stood Canadians with flags saluting the family. And those overpasses were jammed every single time. Didn't matter the weather. That's the Highway of Heroes in Canada.
I like to mention that here in the U.S. we lose more soldiers to suicide on the home front than we lose in the battlefield. So if you really want to help a soldier, then find one that's been returned to the States alive and see if you can in any way make their life better, because every day we lose 22 soldiers here in the States to suicide.
Yeah, suicide amongst the returned soldiers is a serious problem. And there are a lot of programs in place to try to help, but they can't seem to get to them all.
Well, it's because the VA in the U.S., the VA actually does have pretty good health care. You just might die waiting to get it because they're so backlogged.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of soldiers that, they've kind of reached the point where they're suspicious of what they see as bureaucracy, and they won't go. There's a lot of pride there.
Well, not only that, there's especially, I'm a former Marine, although I wore the Army uniform as well. There is a stigma with the term PTSD. We don't use the term shell shock. That's the older folks, some of the Vietnam vets. There's quite a stigma among, especially Marines, SEALs, stuff like that. If you'll excuse the expression, especially when you're active duty, you're labeled a pussy, both by male and female members of the armed forces. It's a shame, because that's what scares people to go for help. And PTSD, I don't know. I just tell people I got bad nerves. People get on my last damn nerve. That's why I just deal with them socially over the computer. It's just easier. That way I don't grab them by the choke and swivel for being retarded. But there's a stigma behind it. And that's why a lot of people won't go.
Yes.
They won't go at all.
Same thing up here, Sarge. There was a real pressure on people to just suck it up. Romeo Dallaire, who was the Canadian commander in Rwanda during the massacres there, he brought it to the foreground and helped to shift attitudes a lot. But it's still there. It's not completely wiped out, but it's being challenged.
Well, no kidding. Look at our president here. Don't get me started on that draft dodgers.
I said Dallaire. I didn't say Trump. Thank you much.
But he does this. He does. He's one of the ones that start this suck it up stuff. Mister, I got bad feet, you know. So, you know, it really, really irritates me, and that's why people are taking a pistol and sticking it in their mouth and just blowing their friggin' brains out. And yeah, that's not pretty, but that's the fact, and that's what's going on all over the world. It's not just the U.S. and Canada. Vets, there's a veterans server where people can go. I don't have the link. Maybe Kitty Girl does. So if anyone in here, if you are a vet, that's a good place to go to talk to other vets.
Yeah, and that's often the best thing that you can do is if you get an opportunity to talk one-on-one with other veterans, because they understand each other a little bit more. There's a lot they can say without having to be specific, because they know that their comrade is understanding.
There's actually, I believe, a couple of servers for veterans. Which one are you talking about, Sarge?
There's one that I know of, and that's Guilty Parties is involved in that, and Rakistan 84. I can't remember the name of the server. I was hoping Kitty Girl had that somewhere.
Deranged has commented that if you're a vet and want to connect in the vet Discord to DM him.
There you go.
It's military veterans of STEAMIT, and it's veterans. We've got people from Venezuela. It's not just U.S. veterans. We've got Canadians, and it's veterans from all over the world.
Yep, and that's a good thing.
Well, when it's time to go over by all those pencil pushers and war profiteers sitting around making millions, you know, you guys just kick back, let us civilians go do it for you.
This is kind of a complicated topic that has a whole bunch of tangents, and we'll end up taking up the rest of the day if we get into all of it.
Yeah, true enough point there, ANCAP. Thank you, Activist Blog. Clinique, are you still here? Clinique. I'm scrolling down. There he is. Clinique, are you awake? How is it he always manages to be absent when it's his turn? Get with it. You are up. Warnings are there. I don't see any activity. Okay, we'll move on to War Poetic, and if he reappears, we'll come back around to him. So War Poetic, there we go. And he says, this is the final part of a series I did on myths and beliefs from Nigeria. In the post, I look at how some animals are taboo in Nigeria, and how there are consequences for those who either eat or spill the blood of said animals. Like in the previous parts of the series, I put examples in that he's aware of. Now, to look at that picture, I would have thought that that was a cooking entry. Okay. So have a read down through that, and you'll learn. Crimson says, alright guys, I have to duck out. I have to prep a huge project launch for our witness this weekend. Also have our own radio show. If you're looking for a good time for the evening PYPT, come and hang out with me. Or for Full Force Radio, we play loud music, talk shit. Usually someone gets extra drunk, or someone laughs hard enough to spit take. We have fun if you like heavy music. Thanks for all the posts today. Love creeping in here and listening. And we're always happy to have you. And ANCAP says, we want things to be simple, but they often aren't. We have to address a whole range of intertwined issues. If we want to solve the problem of perpetual war for profit, it touches on collectivism, racism, nationalism, and how easily our most base primal instincts can be manipulated. And there's a meme for Crimson's Full Force Thursday. She's all about excessive use of force. Hopefully we'll see you Saturday, Crim. 11 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. That's 8 o'clock your time. That's not too bad. And she's typing away. It's not like we're going to get you up at 6. Good plan. She has a show after that, but she's going to give it a try. And any sign at Clinique? If not, we'll move on to Stairway to Heaven. And he's going to present by text as well. He's done well. This is his second post today. And where's your link? There we go. Okay, what a better opportunity to read wonderful posts this day. Despite being a little busy, I wanted to take the decision to leave a little poem today about my passion and vision of what a library is for me and its importance in my life. I hope that you like, and excuse the simplicity of this. I had to expose what he felt. P.S. All your posts are cute, but I could not read them all and be a long time supporting them for work situations. That's okay. Takes a while to get through all the posts there, Stairway. Good to have you.
Thanks for that, Stairway to Heaven. My husband's a librarian, so I'm definitely going to show him that post.
All right, Deranged. Go right ahead.
Oh, snap.
Snap.
All right, so I've been doing a safari series, and this post is the conclusion of my safari adventure. And so I just wanted to share it. And so I don't know if anybody's been following along, but this is the conclusion of it, and there's a ton of pictures. And yeah, so enjoy.
All right. I've seen a couple others of his too. It'll take a little while for the pictures to load, but they're well worth the wait. Thank you, Deranged.
Thank you.
And High Speed. You're up.
Is it just me, or does that library Stairway to Heaven posted look kind of like the banquet hall at Hogwarts?
Yep, it looks just like it. It just needs some floating ghosts and stuff.
Maybe it was the setting for it. Okay, do you have your text ready, High Speed? High Speed says no audio today. There's still no sign of Clinique, so whatever he was going to post next, I guess I'll wait for another time. Harry Potter on Safari. We were talking about the library one, not the Safari one. Okay. And he says, this is a post about my app. It's been hard work to get it there. Almost ready for release. It's simple and good for users. So Clinique has been working on building a app for Steemit. And as I understand it, it's kind of along the idea of eSteam, but a little bit better. At least what he thinks is better. No? Then what are you doing?
Better get on voice.
Yeah.
You called him Clinique. I think
Oh.
that's the same.
Oh, okay. So the app is correct though, eh? High Speed. Okay. So the app is very similar to eSteam. It's for doing your posts up on Steemit. Oh, he's got one of my posts showing some of the screenshots there. Cool. Oh, Clinique arrived. Every time you get called on, you're nowhere to be found. And High Speed is chat typing away there. And we'll give him a moment to finish typing whatever it is he's typing. Is he gone again? Good Lord. Oh, okay, he's responding to Nikki's team. So, Clinique, are you here and are you going to present, or did you just put your name up and run away? Yes.
Yeah, do it now, Clinic.
Yeah, before you run away again. Yeah, no dropping and running. There's a few try that. Yeah, I'm getting the post. Organization's not high on your list of skills, Clinique.
Kind of triggering my OCD, actually.
It can be a search if you don't have the post ready or the link already copied.
Yeah, it's a good idea to have it kind of ready. So tell us about this here, Clinique. And we're waiting.
Dígame, chacho.
Or your password copied. One sec. We've been waiting hours for you.
Holy smokes on a falafel. What
on
the
the phone.
hell is going on here?
Oh, he's up to something. Who knows? He's typing away
Yeah.
something there.
If he's on the phone.
That post needs more cowbell. Cowbell, I'm saying.
He says Discord is acting funny. Okay, so that I think what he's trying to say there is he's having trouble coming on to voice. And that would not be the first person to have that problem. ANCAP says between Sergeant Battleaxe talking about food, she's getting hungry. Can one go before me? You're ready at the very end because we've been waiting for you to show up. So
Well, it's a poem, and it looks very nice, and there's a nice picture with it.
Yep.
And the first line of the poem says, I threw a million jabs at you. You fended all with a smile. I kicked and threw several fits, yet love did flow from you. And that's all I'm going to give you. You got to read it for yourself. I have the link of all the posts, and I'll put that at the end of the show with Shadow's permission, and if you missed any of them.
that sounds like the beginning of a child's temper tantrum.
It's like,
no, Clinique, you're not going to get it all read for you because people need to go and look at it.
Yeah, that's the secret, Clinic. You need to keep them wanting more. You just, kind of tempt them in, like a drug dealer. The first one's free, but when they come, they have to, check it out more.
Yeah, you give them a sample, not the whole cow.
Really crazy. Name them and shame them.
Oh, please. Name's crazy.
Only one?
I've never heard
My
of that
God.
individual.
Justy hits my wallet, or he only hit my wallet one time, but I sent his .001 SBD or Steam or whatever back. I said, dummy, you're already on my list. And then there was a new guy, he did it.
Crazy, I'd say that he's so popular that nobody's heard of him. There's probably a reason we've never heard of him.
Anybody know what number it is?
Okay. My mic is working now. Can you all hear me?
Yeah.
Yay!
Yeah,
I'll go look up that witness.
We can hear you, Clinique.
So, can I talk about the post now?
All right.
Okay, thank you. I mean, whoever had that, keep reading on my post for me. Maybe I could. Several, I'm running nowhere. It was Discord that was acting funny. I think it's jealous of my poems. Okay, so I titled this one Faultless. Most of us have friends that annoy us to the brim. Most of us have people that tend to be a thorn in our asses. Forgive my use of the word ass. Most of us have friends that are thorn in our sides, you know, and somehow we can't just help but keep loving them the more. We can't just help but keep appreciating the fact that they're in our lives. So the poem is more like saying that special friend, no matter what you do, no matter how angsty you make me, no matter how annoying you can be, dog food, you and selfless.
Okay. Thank you, Clinique. And we're just going to wrap up the recorded portion here. You've been listening to Shadows Pub host, Pimp Your Post Thursday morning edition from the Steam at Ramble and broadcast on the Steam Star Network. Until next time, it's all about community.